93 days ago, on May 15th, I was at 69 subscribers and I'd uploaded a video that has changed my life. It was a video called We Are All Artists. Now, that video didn't really perform well, but on that video, I'd gotten a comment. And this comment was from a subscriber who had been pretty loyal and loving the past couple weeks while I'd been posting inconsistently. And he had commented about resonating with the video and the message of like, we are all creators, we are all artists, since we are all made in God's image, we are all the creator, and thus we all have expression, we all are artists, right? And he was like telling me how he resonated with the video, but the main part was the last part, maybe like the last two sentences of what he said. And he was like, hey bro, like, you got a lot of value to share. You got a lot of game you're spitting. Why don't you post more consistently? And I was at a point where I was still blocked in my creativity. I still wasn't feeling very like I could like truly be my authentic self. I wasn't as tapped in. I wasn't consistent. I didn't have these things that I have now. And so I was in my head. And I responded back. I was like, yeah, bro, you're right. I know I have value to share. I know I have a message to share, but you know, I'm still feeling insecure about things, right? And I'd asked him like, hey, bro, you think like we could hop in a call and talk? Like, you know, like he seemed like a really cool guy, really intelligent guy. And so I just wanted to see if like hopping on a call with him would like change my mindset. Like maybe he had something to say that I needed to hear, right? And he responded back saying, if you need an external push, you're already losing yourself to self-doubt. Start today. And since that day, I've posted every single day. Now, this last week, wait, before I get into that, that man was Mr. Jake Bowden, a very good friend of mine now, who's killing it on YouTube. I think Jake had like maybe 80 subs at that point. Now he's at 460 last I checked. Jake's killing it. Love you, Jake. Me and Jake gotta chop it up. We ain't chopped it up in a bit. But yeah, like every day I've hit. Now this week I've been experimenting with lives, and so I haven't like uploaded. My grandmother just called me and end my recording. Yeah, so like I really didn't like this last week has been a bit iffy because I've been trying to figure things out, but I really wanted to come on here and talk about how posting daily YouTube videos has just absolutely changed my life. I went from 69 to 1,000, I think 71 subs I have right now. So 1,000 subs in the last 3 months, pretty fucking insane. I've made my first $1,500 online, something like that. And I met the love of my life off YouTube. Kind of crazy. She like found one of my videos and commented on, and then the next day she commented again. And then we started like talking about business, and then she hit me up on Instagram so we could talk more. And then we started becoming friends, and then she became my client. And then 3 weeks later we were business partners. And then I was like, I think I like this girl. And 3 weeks later, now we're here. Super in love and shit. So YouTube has literally changed my life in these last 3 months. And it was literally only because Jake told me to start today, and because I listened and I put the work in. But the thing is, I wouldn't have been able to put that work in if I didn't do the work that was required that first week. Now, that first week, like I told you guys, I was still blocked. I was still blocked in my creativity. And when I say blocked, I mean, I still had things getting in the way of expressing my true authenticity, expressing myself. The thing is, creating, all making, right? All art, all content, all value. Everything we create is an expression of us. And so if what you make is an expression of you, how can you create if you feel like what's expressing you, the self, isn't good enough to express? If you feel unworthy, if you feel unloved, if you don't feel good enough, if you have walls up that are blocking your vulnerability, blocking your authenticity, if you're wearing a mask, I wore a mask for a long time, I get it. But if you're doing any of these things, if you have any of these things will not allow you to be your best self. Trauma, these things you're holding on to, these things will continuously keep you blocked, keep you not where you want to be until you decide you're going to let them go. And for me, the biggest block for me was my relationship with my grandmother. Growing up, I love my grandmother very dearly. She's actually just called me and tried to talk to me, and I had to let her slide because business. I'll call her back after, don't worry. But growing up, maybe around 5 or 6 when I was starting to get into elementary school, my relationship with my grandmother really started to shift because I felt like whenever I would try to go to things with her, like go to her for things, she would shut me down. Oh, you can't cry. Boys don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Suck it up, right? And so these things got to me over time. It's like, okay, I can't express. So why would I try? And another thing that was a big thing for me that I've been realizing this last week. It was mad hot out here. Don't mind me sweating. The biggest thing I've realized is that because of that and because of dynamics that I had growing up in my family, the love that I gave myself was very conditional. I didn't really know how to receive unconditionally because I never really did. I only really received unconditional like affection from my dad. But growing up, I didn't really spend that much time with my dad. My parents haven't been together my whole life. I'm like the product of their last hookup. But I basically, like, the first 8 years of my life, I only saw my dad every other weekend. And then from like 8 to 12, I was like back and forth between him and mom's, a week there, a week there, a week there, a week there. You know what I mean? And so I was never fully engaged in this unconditional affection. And so when I wasn't with dad, I was with my mom or with my grandparents, and their approach is not very affectionate, right? Not to say they're cold, but emotionally they're distant, and that's how it is for them, you know? And I'm not knocking them for that, but that's how it was. And so the biggest way that I felt loved by them was when they would give me things like, you know, gifts or money for doing well. And a lot of that had to do with my grades in school and performing well. Now, if I'd asked for things, they would give them to me, but I didn't really like asking for things, honestly. Why? Because I didn't know how to receive. But I always did pretty well in school, A's and B's. And the A's were in science and math because I love science and math. The B's were in history and English because I didn't give a fuck about those classes. And so every time I would come home with a report card, it'd be like, oh yeah, amazing, Jay, A's and B's, oh, it's awesome, right? And they'd show love, but it's like, you could do better, right? And it's like, I mean, I guess I could. I mean, sure, right? But it was like conditioning for years and years and years, right? And it's like, I just felt like anytime I brought something home, it was never good enough. You know, I might get some love, I might get some affection, I might get some praise, I might get some gifts or some money, but it was always, you could be better. And I always interpreted it as that what I am isn't enough. And that created a block for me. And so I realized these blocks, and I realized that the only way I was going to completely tap into my creativity again, completely be my most authentic self and my best self, be able to express completely, is forgiveness. By seeing this block and by telling my grandmother that I forgive her for causing it. And that was hard. It took me 5 years to come to grip with that. I've known about this for 5 years. But I didn't take action on this until a few days into the daily uploads, maybe May 18th or 19th. Because I knew that I wouldn't be able to do this consistently if this was still in my way. I've tried daily uploads before. December 2nd, or December 7th rather, to like January 2nd or 3rd, I'd uploaded daily on this channel. The end of January, for like a week, I uploaded daily on this channel. April, I uploaded for like a week daily from this channel. I did it before. But it always came back to the, I'm not good enough, I'm not consistent, you suck, you're trash. It's like all these negative thoughts, right? All of those stemmed from the fact that I was still holding on to these blocks. I was still believing in them. I was still allowing them to hold me back. I still had these internal anchors keeping me from my abundance. And I couldn't tap into that abundance without letting the anchors go. And as soon as I let the anchor go, what happened? Started doing consistent on YouTube, started popping off a bit. On May 15th, right? That's when I started uploading daily videos. It was lit. And in that, like that 3rd or 4th day, one of my videos started popping off. 15 minutes a day is enough time. It's got like 800, 900 views now. That video got me out of my 69 subscriber slump. Got me to 80 subscribers. The next week, had my video that's like one of my like 5th, 6th most popular videos. Your creativity is being blocked at the source. Talking about a message like pretty similar to the one I just gave you. That video has now almost 2,000 views. And that video was actually the catalyst for me creating my first product. Well, not my first product, but the first product I sold. See, I tried to make other coaching offers before, but I didn't really have conviction in them. I didn't have a real transformation that I had gone through and solved. So I didn't know. But now I did. Now I unblocked my creativity. Now I was creating consistently. So I was like, I want to show other spiritual creators, my people, how to unblock their creativity and create consistently so they can be a consistent and fulfilled creator. And that was my first offer. That's how I got my first 3 clients. And I got those first 3 clients. First one, I launched my product on June 1st. I got my first sale on June 12th, 187 subs. I got my second sale on June 14th, 222 subs. I got my third sale on June 19th, I believe, at 300 subs. And that's when I realized, I was like, I've kind of gotten a skill when it comes to using YouTube, providing value, and turning that YouTube into business, right? Monetizing that traffic. I've developed the skill here. And so I decided to, instead of monetizing my creativity skills, my unblocking and purpose skills, stuff like that, I decided to shift business models and focus on my YouTube and business skills instead. And that's how I made my first $1,000 online. In 9 days, I signed 5 clients, which got me my first $1,200 online, And it was pretty fucking sick. It was pretty fucking sick. And that 4th client was my beautiful bride, Erin. Oh, so full of love. She totally just tried to call me like 4 minutes ago. I was like, nope, business. And after I'd made my first $1,000 online, like, just a complete mind breaker. And that was super, super, super big for me because it made me like, guys, if you go watch my video of like me getting my first sale, I was like just completely mind fucked. But now it's just like, holy shit, I made $1,000 talking to a phone and then talking to people. So I was like done in the head. It was pretty crazy. And that was very big for me because it really showed me that, oh, I can really do this business thing. I can actually make this shit happen, like, for sure. People actually know that, like, what I have to say is valuable. And that was something that I didn't recognize for a long time. I just didn't recognize it. And so, like, I've grown so much confidence because of YouTube. I've grown so much consistency. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Last week when I was realizing, like, my unconditional love that, like, manifested from, like, my childhood circumstances, I was talking to Erin about it. And she was like, babe, you have to, like, realize, like, the work you've put in. Like, you've literally you haven't missed a day in 2.5 months at that time. And I was like, yeah, that is pretty crazy. Like, I've shown up for myself every fucking day for 3 months now. Every fucking day. That shit is not easy, dog. Like, that shit is not. Like, I get it. But I've gotten to the point where I've evolved. And all of that is because of YouTube. All of that is because I've had this dream. And it's a dream that I can't not make reality anymore. You know, like, I uploaded my first YouTube video on February 24th, 2012. I was about this big. I was 8 years old. And I was in my living room of my childhood house with my best friend, Samir. And we were just having fun. And since that day, I knew, I was like, yo, I don't know anything else, but I love making YouTube videos. I just want to post these things. I just want to show people what I love doing. I want to show people what I love and help other people do what I love. Now, at that time, it was like Power Rangers and origami and like dancing and like how to be a ninja or some shit. I don't know. And now it's YouTube and business and spirituality, creativity, relationships. And it's just like, the core is still the same. Jay's still learning. He's still loving what he's doing. And he's showing people what he learns and what he loves doing. So they can do that too. And I'm just so blessed. I'm so grateful to be where I'm at right now. I've literally, I have a community of people who like see me as someone who's going places, who see me as like someone valuable. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't start uploading daily. I am an entrepreneur. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't start uploading daily. I met the love of my life. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't start uploading daily. I'm more confident. I'm more deep in my spirituality. I'm more trusting in God. I'm more surrendered to God. I'm more loving. I'm more open. I'm more creative. I'm more abundant. I'm more grateful. I'm more fulfilled. I'm just happier. I'm more in bliss. And my life has only improved these last 3 months. all because I decided to hit record, hit upload 93 days in a row. If you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to change your life, you need to start today. If you need an external push, you're losing yourself to self-doubt. But here's the thing. I get it. And so if you're losing yourself to self-doubt, I'd love to help you out. I would love to be your external push because sometimes we need it, you know? Sometimes we really do need that external push. And so I'd like to invite you, come join my free community of spiritual entrepreneurs. We're doing one more Q&A in there for free, Aaron and I. That's our free community. We're doing one more free Q&A in there next Sunday. And then after that, our Q&As are going to be exclusive to our paid membership. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one, I have my YouTube coaching and my life coaching in the description. If you want to be if you're an entrepreneur rather, and you want to use YouTube to sign 5 coaching clients in 90 days like I did, I'd love to help you do that. If you're not, if you're just interested in working with me, if you like to hear what I say, if you like my mindset, my spirituality, if you want to unblock your creativity, I'd love to help you out with my life coaching as well. That's in the description. I really love you guys. All the support means everything. I can't even put into words how blessed I feel. Do it today. Be better for it tomorrow. I'll catch you on next vid. Thumbs out.